Hi everyone, Coach Lise here, and welcome to Life with Lise. First of all, let the record show I'm doing this outside, and it's, pushing 100, or let's see, no, a little cooler today. It's like 93. Nonetheless, it's been really hot in Texas, so I'm probably going to be sweating bullets by the time I'm done with this, but hey, here we go. I wanted to start a series of advice videos so people could enjoy, should they choose. And I'd love it if you would share your thoughts and opinions as well. The first video is going to be, around career advice, primarily. So first, I was recently interviewed, and I was asked what advice I would give to young entrepreneurs entering the workforce. The very first thing that came to my mind is patience. And I've had a little time to think about that now, and I actually would still answer in the same way. Our world is operating at warp speed. We think we have to get to the next best thing, the next best role right away. And that simply shouldn't be the case. We really need to take time to learn and to grow. I spent a lot of time in my career at McKinsey where I hiring individuals, and I often have candidates coming right out of college, which was fantastic, no experience, telling me that they wouldn't take less than 6 figures. And look, I hope that happens for someone, but it's a bit unrealistic in most industries, or a lot of industries. But what I say is make an investment in yourself. Find something that will bring you joy and learning opportunities, and work very hard in that role. Learning opportunities is critical, and if you don't feel you're getting those, I would encourage you to seek those out. And then also stay present and enjoy the moment. Enjoy the role that you are in. Learn as much as possible while you are in that role, and surround yourself with good leaders and role models. Be sure to find those mentors and your supporters and coaches in the professional world. Really ask them for feedback. Don't be afraid to ask, what do you believe my strengths are, as well as areas of development. And it's not easy to do, but I promise you will be better in doing that, and in time you'll be able to give back in that capacity. And I will tell you, that is when your professional world will really become very rewarding. And just a side note, I'm going to focus on strengths in the next video, because that's a whole nother world, and there's a lot to say in that. And going back to finding, good network, build, your mentors and coaches. For me personally, I have people saw abilities in me that I didn't see early on. And so if you find people that, you trust and will be honest with you, it's a game changer for you in your career. And also I want to say that know that it's okay to love what you're doing, and not be looking to maybe climb a corporate ladder, should one exist, in what you're doing. For me, I spent over 20 years in the same role, with the majority of those with the majority of that time being with the same individual. And I'll tell you, that was an amazing time in my life. I realize it more now than I did in that moment. But, as I've gotten older and passing midlife, that time was so amazing to me. I loved the work I was doing, the impact I was having, and working with very valued individuals and a very, values-based organization that was fantastic. But I worked very hard to be at the table with my executive, operating in a chief of staff role, and I kind of just had to really push to bring that to life as well, and earn the trust. And so, but that was such an important time in my career. It was so extremely rewarding, and I will say that is one of the many reasons why I am the professional I am today. And I'm so proud of the time that I spent there, and it's crazy that time has already come and gone. But second, and I know we hear this, and it probably starts sounding cliche, but bring your true authentic self to all that you do. Bring honesty in all that you do. It's okay to not have all the answers. You're not going to, and you should say, I'm not sure, but let me dig into that and see what I can find. It shows interest. You'll get respect for that. And this is also where your network will serve, that you've built, that's going to serve you well in these moments. Let's be clear. generally speaking, multiple brains are better than one, and will get us to a more well-rounded answer. So again, don't be afraid to make mistakes, because it's often where you're going to have your best learnings, and your biggest successes are going to come from this. Not going to lie, I'm getting warm, but we're good. The other thing I'm going to say, it's okay to lead with your heart. Now, that's not always a popular sentiment in the business world, but this is certainly something I had to do throughout my career to stay true to myself and to my core values. And again, our core values are critical in all that we do, and that will be another video session as well. But obviously, leading with your heart looks different in different settings. But really caring for people as human beings, I believe that is what we're put on this earth for, to be in service to others. And I believe that applies to every professional role, from, it doesn't matter, all the way to the CEO. You never know the true impact, even the smallest action of kindness and listening, what that brings to someone. So that's what I have for today. If you're still listening, I appreciate you staying with me. I have another video. I will have another video soon, next week. We'll dive into some more topics, such as what I've mentioned, focusing on strengths, along with time and how we spend that. Time is our most precious commodity, and I will just say it now and date myself. When you get past midlife, that's when you really realize it. So anyway, I'll stop talking. I hope everyone has a great weekend, and remember to live your best life, one empowered choice at a time. Thanks, everyone.